estoy hablando de apuesta, porque cuando tú hablas de bolsa, aquí los dominicanos entendemos de bolsa lo que tenemos entre las piernas. Y de tú no tener hijos, que espero que tengas una familia bien bonita y que Dios te la bendiga, entonces te vas a quedar sin nada, porque no apuestes la bolsa con la salsa. O dígame con qué otro boxeador tú has llegado hasta ahí. Eso es impotencia y cobardía. Así que dígale al entrenador que acepte la pelea. Usted es una mierda, Matías. Usted no ha peleado con un boxeador que tenga más nombre que la salsa. Ahora, gánale a Michel, pero peleamos en los Estados Unidos y hagan una propuesta de ser no en Puerto Rico. ¿Entienden? Si van a pelear en Puerto Rico, ya ustedes saben cuánto ustedes tienen que pagar, pero no es conmigo que tienen que discutirlo, porque la salsa tiene su equipo. Llámenlo. Buenos babosos, los dos.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Inside the Ropes with Coach Mario. Coach Mario, owner and head coach of Warriors Pride Boxing Academy here in Miami, Florida. How are you guys doing? Well, the coach is back little by little, one step at a time, one punch at a time, one round at a time, like Rocky says. Anyway, guys, trying to improve on my health. You'll know those that follow this channel that I just came off major surgery. I'm trying to recover from what's called a nephrectomy, which is basically the removal of an organ. In this case, we're talking about the kidney, my left kidney, where they had found a growth, a tumor, solid tumor. I'm still waiting for pathology on that. I should know by next week what that tumor was, whether it was malignant or not. But anyway, that has been removed. Hopefully, with God's favor, I will continue improving day by day. I know my spirit wants to get back to the gym and start training the guys and everything else. I'm doing that remotely. I have my assistant coach who's helping me out, and that's Coach Paul. Props to Coach Paul, who's taking over and preparing the guys for our next event, which is going to be April 27th here in Florida. So we're getting the guys ready. But anyway, this one's going to be short. I always say that and kind of extend myself, but I'm trying to make it short because I'm still not where I need to be as far as health-wise, and I just want to take it easy, one step at a time. All right, guys? But anyway, today we're going to talk about a little bit about some comments going back and forth from the Michel Rivera camp. His dad, who is known on his YouTube channel by El Varon 50. El Varon 50 means the man, the 50-year-old man, or the 50 man, or some shit like that. Varon means male. When you translate it to English, and this guy has been, like dads in boxing. Sometimes they hurt more than they help, right? And that's a really bad influence sometimes on their kids. I believe if they're fighters that are up and coming fighters, if they're fighters that are champions, like the Teofimo Lopez, like the Danny Garcias, like the Tito Trinidad, we all had dads that actually trained them and managed them, or had had that role of a counselor. And there's nothing stronger than a father and a son. That synergy, that bond, and that blood between them. So sometimes dads, instead of helping their sons out, what they're doing is they're hurting them more and more and putting shit in their head that shouldn't be there. All right. And in this case, you saw what El Varon 50 said. Actually had mentioned that on his YouTube channel, that Subriel Matias is a coward, doesn't have the balls to fight Michel Rivera, that Michel Rivera is one of the pound for pound best in the sport, that Michel Rivera, also known as a Lee wannabe, is someone that has fought better opposition than Subriel Matias, that he's got to be paid the money that he is worth, because he's one of the top fighters pound for pound in the world, and that he should, and this is all said by his dad. All right, guys, I'm paraphrasing, that he is, somebody that has far better opposition than Subriel, and that he's, in order to fight in Puerto Rico, he's got to be paid what he's worth, and blah blah blah. All right, more shit coming out of his mouth. I'll talk about Puerto Ricans and talking about Dominicans that they got balls, and Subriel is a coward. All these insults. So let's see basically how delusional some of these dads are with their kids. And another thing he mentioned is, I don't lie because I have green eyes. I don't lie. The guy thinks he's got green eyes, man. This a mulatto guy from Santo Domingo, feeling proud of having light eyes. All right, so that shows you what kind of a mentality this guy has, an inferiority complex that is actually shown by people and the way they speak and the way they express themselves. Sometimes you can see how transparent they are and how inferior he feels against those people that that have achieved something like Subriel Matias. So Subriel Matias is a champion. There's this kind of mentality nowadays that I don't understand why, when you are offered a championship fight, you should ask more money than you should be entitled to. All right, let's look at the record of Michel Rivera, La Zarza. I don't know what La Zarza means. What does that mean? La Zarza. What is it? Salsa is that like a weed or something like that? Any of you guys that knows what that means, please reply and comment in this video, the comment section. But La Zarza. That's a really bad fight name, brother. All right, but anyway, when you're offered a championship fight, when you're an up and comer, when you're a person that doesn't have a pristine record like Michel Rivera, okay, he has one loss, I believe. Frank Martin, if I'm not mistaken, beat his ass. Fought against Sergey Lipinets. He's coming off a victory against Sergey Lipinets, who is a fighter that's way past his prime. Way past his prime, and that is his claim to fame. That victory. When you are offered a championship fight, whether it's in Puerto Rico or Timbuktu, doesn't matter where it's at. Back in the day, and I'm sorry guys to go back and repeat myself, but that's the way it was. You offered a fight for the world title, you would take it. You would take it. You wouldn't start giving excuses like some of these fighters nowadays. They're offered a championship fight and they start asking for more money than they're worth and all this other shit. And the bottom line is they're scared. That's the bottom line. It's all excuses. So El Barón 50, Michel Rivera's dad, Michel Rivera himself, are trying to use the get out of jail free card that some of these other fighters like Teofimo Lopez and other fighters use, those tactics in order to avoid fighting the best. And in this case, I can give Teofimo Lopez a pass because he is a champion, but this guy is nobody. I mean, who the hell is Michel Rivera? Who has he really beaten? He's got good talent. He's an up-and-comer, and you guys know that I mentioned him some episodes ago in this channel, basically talking about, he would be a good potential fight in Puerto Rico, but that would be a tune-up fight, in my opinion, or a stay busy fight for Subriel Matias. I don't think there's a chance in hell that Michel Rivera can actually defeat Subriel Matias. Hey, it could happen, but if you're so confident, like Michel Rivera's dad is, about how one-dimensional, and here we go again, those guys talking about Subriel Matias being one-dimensional, but they yet do not dare to fight him. He's so easy. He can't fight moving backwards. He gets punched a lot. He doesn't know He has no footwork, blah, 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 all this other crap. Yet they do not sign the dotted line to fight Subriel Matias. Subriel Matias still looking for an adversary for that June or July fight in Puerto Rico. Nobody wants to step forward. Lee Amparo asked for more money, all right? He was offered a championship fight. If you are confident of your abilities, you take that fight. I don't know how much they're offering some of these other guys. I'm pretty sure it's not peanuts, but it's not mega bucks either, because you haven't achieved anything yet, okay? You're an up-and-comer, all right? You're a guy that's trying to establish yourself as a legitimate champion. Michel Rivera is not an elite fighter, guys. He's a good fighter, a good boxer, a B-level fighter, but Subriel Matias will walk right through him, and they know it. Okay. Another thing that they're mentioning is that Subriel Matias, that was his dad saying that. I'm talking about Michel Rivera's dad mentioning that Subriel Matias lacks courage and he's a bullshitter and talks a lot of shit and all this other stuff. From what I know and from what I gathered, and I'm not being fanatical in any way, shape, or form, and that's one of the reasons why I like Subriel Matias so much, is he's a humble guy, man, and he means what he says. And I'm pretty sure that Subriel Matias is frustrated, totally frustrated. His team is frustrated. The Puerto Rican fans and those around the world who support Subriel Matias are frustrated that all these guys at 140 pounds keep on talking shit, calling out Matias, and when it's time to sign the dotted line, they step back and they don't do it. So what do you guys think of this whole drama situation? We're still waiting to see who's gonna actually be able to face Matias. I know there's renewed talks with Lee Amparo to fight Matias, so we're all in suspense here, trying to find out what's the next step for the Puertorican Monster, El Orgullo de Maternillo, Subriel Matias. And again, some parents should stay out of their son's boxing career, and that's going to be hard for some of these parents to do. Latino guys, Latino men are really, passionate about their family and about their sport, and you have seen that throughout history in the sport of boxing, where parents or fathers hurt their kids, more than they help them in the sport of boxing. And I see that in the amateurs and whatnot. But anyway, guys, please like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Who should Matias fight next? Have you heard anything about Matias confirming his next adversary, or is it still everything up in the air? Maybe you guys have more of inside information than I do, but that's all I've heard so far. And I've been out of the loop for at least a couple of weeks trying to get better. But anyway, guys, God bless you all. This is Coach Mario from Warriors Pride, owner and head coach of Boxing Academy, saying hasta la vista. Have an excellent day. God bless you all, and peace.